Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Good Explanations. Good XP. I switch the branding from time to time, so there is nothing set in stone. Is this? Yeah. Let's use a more wide angle. Welcome back to our ongoing episodes, ongoing project of where we build a Next.js application using the latest technologies, latest versions of libraries at the moment. What kind of libraries? Such as Tailwind Storybook. We are of course utilizing top of the line industry best practice coding practices, etc., etc. At least that is what I am aspiring to, trying to achieve here. So without further ado, let's dive in. Let's go. I'm trying to do these episodes, these videos, these content 3 times a week: Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you want to catch me on live stream, that is Central European Time +1, so Eastern European Time. I'm not sure. Maybe, yeah, Eastern European Time, CET +1, at 8 o'clock. Those are the live streams in the morning. So if you want to catch me on live stream, be sure to check it out. I will be here if there isn't an emergency, a family thing, or something else. For example, today at 10 a.m. my son has a show, or how do you call it? They have a practice in school. They want to put a show for the parents, so I need to attend there. I received an official invitation from my kid. Hello, Faisal. Hi, you are from Bangladesh. Welcome. I'm from Turkey. So anyway, in the last episode, we have built this little card here. It is not the final form of it. It is not polished yet, but for now, let's leave it there and focus on building the featured section, where we will have a bunch of these cards. Like, so let's go here. So right now we are trying to build this portion of the landing page. We will have a featured section immediately after the hero, or the landing section, hero section of the website. We will have a featured section. Our live demo of the page is here. So when a person visits the page, they will receive the entire screen covered with the image. We will have a nice hero section. That also, everything on the page reacts to the width, size of the window. So everything moves itself to accommodate the viewport. And immediately after that, we will have the featured section. So that is the plan. Now we are building featured, so let's jump right in. I believe we are going to use grid to have a more dynamic grid. Yes, there is definitely Typescript. This is the 14th episode on this playlist. I am building in public and doing those on live stream. This is the 14th part. So if you want to catch it up from the beginning, the entire playlist is available on the channel. Also, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and definitely leave a like on the videos you watch. Those help a lot with the exposure. Okay, let's continue. So here are our featured component. This will, in fact, so let's get rid of this for now. You know what? I think I'm going to get rid of this extension for now. Do we have everything? Which one is it? It is Copilot something. Labs. Yeah. I will disable this because it is in a very rough state. It is preview version, so it's understandable, but it is not helping me. It makes the code jump a lot. This thing is, yeah, let's remove that. Okay, wait, what's happening here? Did I do something here? Okay, never mind. This was my thing. You are already a subscriber. Thank you very much, sir. That is good to hear. Let's just put a grid here for now. I'm not sure where we will use this. Okay, so our featured section will immediately have a landing section wrapper, and in it we will have a map for the cards. I am thinking that's about it. Let me check the landing section actually. Layouts, landing section. No, you cannot do this. Okay, let me to remove your complaints. Let's put something here. Why? Title is missing. Okay. Sure. Featured. Name is not used. Intent is not used. We can remove this. This. Yeah. Let's leave it like this for now. It is compiling successfully. Let's put this immediately on the index page. So we will just call the featured here. Why are you complaining? I don't understand. Featured. I don't care about this for now. Aha, there's a problem here. Wait, did I delete something extra? Yes, I will remove this part. This is still working. So we will have a landing section. No, not the landing section. We will have a featured component immediately. Like this. Okay. I think I forgot the closing tag. So, if we go back to our thing here, which in fact I want to move this to here perhaps. So I can switch back and forth. Cool. So immediately after we should see this featured content. Now we will fix this. Very cool. Okay. So let's go back to our landing component at the moment. So if we check the structure here, semantic hierarchy, our landing section is just a wrapper to keep it more maintainable. So landing section is a section is a component that holds a title and the children. That's about it. It only tells the we want to keep this information in a singular place, so that is the only reason we are having this here. So we can safely say that it has a title and a children component. This is still too big. We can say h4 perhaps. h4 is much better. So if you, I am just using my general intuition. Cool. And also this h4 should have a margin, or we can put a padding inside. Yeah, it is better. So py should be maybe 4, py4, that should be enough. So when now we should see a nice little gap, nice little margin happening, separation of content. Cool. Next thing is, since this is a flex, we want to justify in the center. But this is, since we changed the flex, this this centers in the other direction, we need to put item center as well. Okay, this is working. I just want to quickly see if h5 is too small. So let's settle on h4. Let me open here my monitor. There we go. That is the only thing we will do about the landing section. It will have a title and a children, and that's it. So now our featured section is a landing section with some content. Very nice. So this content will be a grid of cards. So let's make some cards here. For the featured card, let's focus on that. So I will copy this prop definition, since I deleted it from this one for some reason. This is all about CVA. Yes. It will have a title. It will have an SVG, I think. Yeah. So here we need to check the object. They will yes. So for example, here we will, if we go back, this content will come from directly from the CMS, from the backend. So for example, we will get posts or pages. So let's say we get posts, right? Okay, you see, it starts building. Here on the featured, we will have, yeah, featured styles. Let's open this up as well. So we sorted our imports. We will have posts. Posts are posts or pages array. Post or page. Posts or pages are interesting naming convention. So this is posts or pages. Then we will have our posts here. Lately, I moved away from using I instead in front of interface in the interface naming convention, but we can return to that later. As long as you are consistent in your project with the namings, that's okay. So this should be, let's for now, let's put posts.map, and we can just return, let's return a div. No, it is a featured card. Now we will return a featured card. And we will think about them. There is a missing bracket here, parenthesis. You know posts. There we go. We will give post to you. Nice. This should be simple enough. And now featured cards. Wait. Haha. Featured. This should be like this. Featured card. Featured card props extends featured card styles. And this should have a post or page from the Ghost Content API. Nice. So here we will consume the post prop. Let's just for now, or since we know the type, we can immediately use it for the source of the image. It will be post.feature image. Yes. Nullable or undefined. I think this is, we can safely assume this is nullable, or we can use a random image. let's do it for now. So this we will replace placeholder with a dynamic random image. For some reason, Ghost decided to type their objects very strictly. Okay. Then this image comes from the author. So we also need to pass the author. You know what? Let's console the post here and check the object and how we can continue building our component. This is going to be definitely, this will definitely be like post.title, something like this. Yes. So let's see what this would give us, what we will achieve. So now in our index page, we need to get posts here also, return posts in the props object. What is happening here? Landing content. Well, tell me about that if you want. Below Turkey, this is good to hear. What is your reason? Landing content. Okay, this is returning posts. I have a weird naming here. So I need to make some minor changes to this. This is getting landing posts. Ah, I see. Yes. Okay. So it's okay. But this thing is home props. Let's do it like this. Yes, I am a Muslim. Though I wouldn't say I am practicing a lot. But on the intellectual or cultural level, I am a Muslim. Posts are, as we know, posts are pages. Yes. You will get it here. Post prop type is defined, but prop is never used. What am I doing? Posts and featured will get the posts here immediately. So now we have connected everything from the page to the component. On the index page, we get the posts. Then we give it as a prop to the featured section. Featured section takes the posts, map them, and use it to create a card for each post. Featured card get the post object, and for now we are using the feature image and post title. So let's see what's happening. Well, looks like it is crashed. Okay. That is not configured. Okay, what do you know about the history of the... Is this a valid source? Let's see. Okay, this is a valid source. So what is the complaint here? Invalid source prop on next image. Hostname is not configured under images in your... Ah, interesting. One of your pages that leverages the source that use the hostname in the URL that isn't defined in image room. Add the protocol, hostname, port, or path name. Interesting. Okay, let's do this. Images. If the official documentation says we should do it, we should do it. Experimental. I mean, sure. Images, removed patterns, protocol, HTTPS, hostname is pixum.photos. Path name is id dash dash, or let's just say dash dash immediately. Compiled. Okay. Images unsplashed. Where am I using that? Where do I put unsplash? No, nowhere. This is very weird. Just put the host name. Remote patterns. Let's read remote patterns documentation. Wildcards can be used. Domains. Let's just put the host name and not, yeah. Let's just put unsplash. Yeah. ** unsplash.com. Dev, keep those name and delete the others. Also the protocol, you mean? Okay. Cool. I dig this. Okay. We shouldn't get the, of course, we shouldn't get the, we should get the posts, but let's do it immediately here. So when we get post, I'm not sure if I am going to get the entire post list. Oh, but before that, let's check the object. That was the intention. Console. So here, not this one. This one I am looking for. So this is a post object. Can you see it? How can I increase the, oh, like this. So when we pass a post object to the card, we get feature image. Ah, that is the unsplash part. What happened there? Can you see me? No, something happened. My OBS got crashed. Okay, we are back. My OBS crashed and it stopped serving my monitor to the streaming app, streaming computer. Yeah, I like it as well. Very cool. What I need is the author, because this SVG comes from the author, and somehow we need to get the author as well. This object doesn't have the author. So what we need to do is, you know what? We need to, this just gets the post. This just gets the authors. This one gets pages. Let's go to the ghost documentation. I want to see two things. If I can, I know I can include authors in the post tag, post fetch. So for example, here limit all, we can include authors like this. And when we get it, this one will return the author, primary author. Ah, and primary author has profile image in itself. So that solves everything. It is not just the ID or title of the author. So that is cool. Nice. Okay, I like this. This works for me. This works. Okay, then we can immediately use the primary author's profile image for this thing here. It works. It really works. What else? we need to think about our data structure, and we need to start thinking about it for very fast. So instead of hard coding this here, we will say this is post dot feature, no, not primary author, what was it? Primary author dot profile image. You say this is a nullable object, so we will have, for now, let's get this thing. I don't care. Okay, so now we get the pen here immediately. Nice. Okay, very cool. Okay, the pen is there. Let's accept this for now. We will keep iterating, keep polishing. But for now, I think we are getting the title, we are getting the author symbol. So that is the categorization. Immediately when you look at the card, you will see that it is a project or a post or a blog post. When you hover it, you get some nice effects with the title revelation and such. Yeah, we can iterate on this idea. Now let's focus on getting this thing more manageable. So we will build a flex or grid thing. This is 227. These cards are a bit too much, if you ask me. So we can begin with that. It feels like featured cards. We set them to be 48. So let's see if we can make it somewhat. Let's make them 44. 40. 44. Let's see what 44 looks like. More smaller. 40. Yeah, this is, I think this is cooler. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, I am happy with 40, which is 10 RAM. 10 RAM is a nice round number. That is cool. So our featured section is now. Looks like we need a div here. This div will have a class name of featured styles invoked. It will carry the posts array. This will be a grid. So how do we make the grid? Let's go back to the Tailwind documentation. I never grid template rows, grid template columns. Use grid to create a grid container. Grid gap for grid calls tree, rows tree. Grid inline, use inline grid to create an inline grid container. Inline grid. Use contents to create a phantom container whose children act like direct children of parent. What does this mean? Table. Nope. I want to learn more about grid. Do I? Oh, instead, do we want to set? Hmm. Uh, well, first things first. I wanna say gap for, but I don't wanna mention any rows or columns. So it should cut to the how do you call it? Wrap to the second row. Let's search for it. So CSS grid wrap to next row. Auto columns. Templates. Yeah, I know about templating. Min max. Repeat autofill. Ah, we can use flex wrap. Okay. Flex wrap. CSS is my kryptonite. Okay, this is what I need. Flex wrap. Sure. Let's just go simple. Morning, Coco Django. Well, welcome. Mornings to Frankfurt. Let's just go flex and flex wrap and justify center. Why not? This Copilot knows better than I am. Better than I do. Okay. So now we need to give some gap between items. If we give each feature card a px2, py2, p2, so effectively that's a p2. Okay. Wait, I don't want this scale on the card itself. Overflow none. Overflow hidden. Okay, this is not working. I forked your project update. It's worked stable. Nice. Cool. So Storybook already got an update. Well, it is a beta version, so it should get more regular updates. Let me do it myself as well. Thanks for reminding. Let me take a note here actually. Why not? Copy this and put it at the top actually. Update Storybook. Yep. Overflow. This is not my intention. So on the elements, when I get this thing, this is my card. On hover, this is still my card. Yeah, image is getting bigger. I couldn't make pull request because my build doesn't work because I have no Ghost API. No worries, man. I should be seeing your fork, right? I will check it personally. Yeah, thank you very much. It is always nice to hear good words about your setup. I keep a document in Notion that I have steps I do some whenever I am making something uh, if it is going to be a repeatable thing, if I am going to repeat it eventually over time, I make a documentation about it. That is something I do um, um, I do all the time since I began working. That's a good practice of me. I make documentation. I write my steps, um, and I go over them every time I repeat the process. And I always try to keep it up to date. So in the beginning, when I first started coding or when I first started creating projects, let's say, for I started two documents, one for Node.js, so backends, one for frontends. Actually, no, not one for React and a separate one for Next. So yeah, because in the React you also need to set up your routers, etc. So uh, in the first iterations of those documents, for example, there were no mention of Husky, but eventually I introduced a whole bunch of stuff. ESLint, Prettier, engine locks, Husky, as you know, things like that. So I like to keep iterating on my process and improving them. But yeah, thank you. Now our problem is this image getting more real estate on hover. That comes from the scale here. Maybe it is because it says group hover. Maybe it is, if it is only hover, then it behaves differently. No. It still grows. I don't understand. Cool. Yeah, those kind of restrictions help you a lot, I think. I also do, I also tend to have very strict linting rules. And in the early times, that helped me a lot to learn about the language, to learn about JavaScript. Having strict Typescript and ESLint rule set helps a lot uh, with the understanding of language, algorithms, coding, because it complains a lot, and you need to understand why it complains, and you need to fix it. So that was like a learning experience, an education itself. I still do it. I still get all bunch of red flags, red squiggly lines, and try to fix them. So that's how I learn, how I learn further. So for now, for example, why do we get this scale effect, and how can we get rid of it? More importantly, scale effect is something that we don't want. Since ChatGPT wrote this component, maybe we can go and ask it how he's going to fix that. Okay, now it is not scaling. Let's go to ChatGPT. And tell him, you wrote us a component. Aha. Overflow hidden. Here image is, this image doesn't have overflow hidden, but this one has overflow hidden. Let me check if I changed it. How long did it took to get your level? I am still string only code my own without watching videos. It is hard to say, really. I don't have a definitive answer to that. I'm not trying to dodge the question. The thing is, oh wait, I removed the scaling effect. So let's put it back. Overflow is only on this one. Wait. So it only grows. I see. I think it is the padding here. Okay. Okay. So that was the problem. Padding was the problem. It is not the image. Cool. We need to put padding somewhere else. But back to your question. So the thing about my journey with coding started in a really early age. I'm not sure, maybe I was 12 or something, since when I first wrote some codes, I had exposure to other software developers that are even working with some low-level coding stuff. So, and I even at that age, I was doing some coding for my personal pleasure, but I never pursued. Yeah, I never went that route. It wasn't really something I was consistently doing, improving, getting better. It was just I was in general exposed to people coding stuff for real, for work, and I think that provided me a good understanding and foundational knowledge, enough foundational knowledge for understanding the algorithms, etc. And I really tried, I really experimented a lot with the tools. For example, there were Pascal and Delphi in my youth. I started with them. Also, I think also, what was the language? I'm not sure. I also did some low-level coding, but I wouldn't say it was coding. Anyway, so there is a foundational background there. But recently, how long did it took? I started with Free Code Camp actually. Let's give a quick break here. During the COVID, I was, we were all in lockdown and sitting home, sitting on our hands, doing nothing. So I started Free Code Camp. They updated their curriculum a lot. For example, I think I finished the legacy responsive web design certification. Now they have a new one. So I basically finished everything related to JavaScript here. There are also Python courses, Python certificates here. But anyway, I finished this in about HTML, CSS, then JavaScript, then front-end libraries, data visualization. Not sure about that. Definitely this one, quality assurance, information security, so things like that. It took me about, I'm not sure, like 4 or 5 months to finish this. After this, I stumbled across this huge and marvelous code, if you ask me, marvelous resource. This is offered by University of Helsinki. I saw something about Helsinki here, right? Yes, exactly. So this is offered by the University of Helsinki, and I think this is a perfect way to teach someone something. So you get every aspect of a modern web application here. So I finished this after that, and then in between, I practiced a lot. It took me about 7 to 9 months to learn enough to get my first paying job. And fast forward to today, I am doing this full time, and more than full time since I am creating content on it as well. But yeah, that's about it. So we need to define some gap between these items. We can just simply just say on the featured here, we can just say justify between, and it should solve it for us. Right? Right? No? Why? Ah, there it is. Okay. Now this is concerning. Either this, or we are gonna have a phantom. We are gonna have an extra component just to give some padding. We can either try to formulate some stuff, or we can have another div here, which I don't prefer actually. And we can simply give this one a p2, px2. That would give us the gap. Okay, we can do this definitely. But just for the sake of using a style, I don't like this this hierarchy. I think this is a bad practice. I am not sure, but I think this is something that I need to avoid. I feel like it. So we need to come up with a better solution, if there is any. Uh, we are using flex with grid. It's fine. You can specify the gap, but with the flex, I'm not sure. This is 9:03. I have my son has a thing in his school at 10 a.m. So I have one more hour. Gaps. Can we have there we go. Border red 50. This is all the way here. What about 100? What about the featured? Oh, what happened there? Border orange 300. That is the issue. This can use the entire width. Featured has the entire width, but it is not using the entire width. Cool. Or we can say minimum width. No? Maximum width? Yeah, we can say maximum width. Okay. Max v full. Something like this. They shouldn't stick. That is the issue. Okay. Justify between. And that is definitely weird. The justify between doesn't work. Nah. We shouldn't justify between. This is weird. We should justify center and try to solve this with. Yeah, this is much more agreeable. I think for now I'm gonna stick with this and try to find a better way to solve this. Okay, let's give also, why not? This featured card will have a P2 instead of PX. So we need this vertical gap as well. Also, what I am thinking is yeah, after LG, so this landing section is flex, justify center, item center. Okay, cool. That is in the layout. The layout has px32. This should be on X large. Right? Because X large is right. Well, maybe not. Normally it should be how does this look? Cool. Normally it will be very strict, very conservative about the padding, but after a certain width, it will use more padding on the sides. So now, since we did this, we should also pull this to the center. I need to think about the commits, because this is getting very, very big. I need to commit some of the stuff. Anyway, let's look at the hero section here. Container is justify and. So justify and will be on X large. Normally it will be justify center. After X large, it is gonna go to the right hand side. Okay. Same will be. No, this is working. Okay. Cool. Guys, let's end it here. I wanna schedule my day. Then after that, I will visit my son's school. Then I have a very busy schedule today. Let's hope that I survive this. Then I will see you on Friday, same time, 8 o'clock. I wanna get this, build this habit of very early streams, very early days, very early starts. Like that is Central European time, 7:30. I will be here, Central European time, 7:30 on Friday. Until then, take care. Check the videos in the channel. Like, subscribe, as always, because those are the things that I need for YouTube to recommend this to more people. Before Easter holiday, the channel had huge exposure, huge impression counts, and that brought a lot of views, a lot of watch times. But with the Easter holiday, I am not sure. I don't have the statistical data that would give me the opportunity to analyze everything. But coinciding with the Easter, the impressions dropped. Therefore, views are dropped. So I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to make sense of everything. But definitely, I want for this channel and for these videos to have more views. That would also be the priceless opportunity for me to grow myself. So I hope we achieve that. We achieve more viewers, more exposure, more feedback, and maybe eventually in time, not maybe, I am sure of it, we will grow, we will have a great community here together where we are learning and building and growing together. So to those features, until then, until Friday,